Hey everybody, welcome back. I think today, wait, is the next challenge, let's just figure it out. Is it the easy one or the difficult one? Isaac's Awakening, I think it's an interesting one. I know you start with a cool sword that also spins when you're at full HP. I mean, it's the Zelda themed run. Can we pick up you? No, we cannot. So, there's not much that I know about this challenge. It seems really easy to start with. But I will definitely also say I have no idea where it ends. Like, I don't know what the heck that icon is. It kind of looks like a garbage bag that got left out in the sun. Does anybody know what boss is a garbage bag left out in the sun? Or just me? Anyway, we'll figure it out. The only thing I really know about this one is you can charge up the spin attack, but you can only do it, much like in A Link to the Past, you can only do it when you're at full HP. So you have an incentive to stay at full HP, which, I mean, you always have an incentive to stay on as much HP as possible, but full HP is kind of a different story. Right now, this does not seem to be a difficult challenge in the slightest. I'm just being straight up with you. Maybe the direction that we go will change that, though. So we'll grab this. We don't have item room, so we'll open that. It's a dream come true. We'll grab all this. Right now, yeah, it seems easy. But you know, it could be a fun daily nevertheless. Or not daily, sorry. I'm coming off a Slay the Spire run that scrambled my brain slightly. We do have Trinity Shield. Possibly it's voted by Isaac Magazine as, I guess we're forced to go this way. Voted by Isaac Magazine as one of my most underrated items in the Angel Pool, Trinity Shield. I'm just, you know the song by Smash Mouth and also the Monkees? I'm a believer. I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Not a trace, a doubt in my mind. That does not describe how I feel about this item. I would say, you know, I'm not really a believer there is a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm skeptical, but we'll see. You know, lots of things can happen. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying I'm a genius. But I kind of felt like that room with melee only was perhaps not really worth doing. And we might be better off just picking up a bomb and then getting the heck out of town. You think you can carry this? You can? Wow. Might as well, right? I can already tell, like, for some reason, like, I'm switched on here. I'm ready to tackle whatever the game sees fit to strike me with. I feel this is not the best boss from a melee standpoint. Speaking of melee, did you see that tournament this weekend, man? Me neither, but I heard that it was very exciting. I've never had the opportunity to get into melee. As a result, I didn't really understand what everyone was tweeting about. But hey, I'm happy it happened, man. Don't step on the creep. Just, you know, look at this. You're doing fine. Just send some swords in there. When the MCs came to live out their name. We're not gonna do devil deals. We probably could, but I'm a big angel deal man here. Now, do we have to get the knife piece? I feel like we well, don't extinguish the fire by accident. I feel like we will have to get the knife piece. I just don't know if the game would force us to. Like, we might have to proceed. I just don't know if it would actually, if it would be like, you cannot even move on. Wow, well, it's not a great item, but it is simultaneously lucky. It's like, you know, winning a free play on a lottery ticket when you're on vacation in a foreign country. Very specific analogy. I'm surprised it came to me so adeptly. I gotta learn, you know, you got other means of doing damage in a ranged context. You don't exclusively have to throw a rock with Isaac's bracelet or whatever. But you gotta admit, it's going kind of well. Like, I'm impressed with myself here. You stand no chance. If the last boss was like the anti-melee, you are like the pro melee. Like this is, you're like Hungry Box right here. Oh, it's just open. I mean, if it's open, I'm trying to think. Is there any reason I wouldn't? I mean, in theory, you would need the knife. You won't let me down? Okay, maybe they thought about it. Maybe they actually do need you to get the knife. I was gonna say in theory you need the knife to open the mausoleum door, but because the knife, or because this door opened up without us even having to use bombs, I was like, maybe we don't anymore. Maybe it'll just be like, hey, great job, you know, you have completed a great game. We'll open the door for you. I'm actually dumb. Why would you wait until it's almost popping up? Look, I don't know. But what I do know... okay, so it's basically we got a top hat. Now, I'm not a fan of just getting a basic, you know, a slight change to our aesthetics there, but I will say that a top hat and nothing else is not that much worse than Brother Bobby, if I'm being straight up with you. I apologize for the insult to Brother Bobby, but I do believe it as well. I sincerely do. Now, let's, get the knife piece. You gotta admit, we look like a gentleman adventurer now. We also have maybe the best floor layout you could possibly ask for. Just for getting to the knife piece. We have like one room with no enemies, and we can fly. Followed by the knife piece. And really no obligation whatsoever to go any further. Like, I hope this doesn't seem like cowardice. It's more like, I mean, I don't know what you want from me. We're cruising USA right now. Super Mario RPG. Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, etc. Alright, take me down. I'm gonna Emperor right away. We'll probably get an angel statue. And we really, like, without an item room, I actually feel like sometimes I become stronger. Like, I feel like it's legitimately, mathematically worse to not have an item room. Obviously. Because you don't get the item. I can't get trapped here. However, I also feel like sometimes I'm better off without an item room because it means I can just go fast. And that, you know, unburdens me from the decorum of reality. Means I feel compelled... Oh, I shouldn't be standing there. No angel deal, huh? Basically, long story short, this was all a very roundabout way of being like, why wouldn't I just skip this whole floor? You know, I know at some point we're gonna have to fight the Uber Mom, which is a little bit spooky. But I think that 95% of your strength on those runs, you know, where you get to a run that's capable of beating Uber Mom, is gonna come from, you know, angel deals and boss items, especially when you have no actual item rooms to get, so... Everything seems completely okay for me right here. Certainly would not turn up my nose at the angel deal we're gonna get here. And might as well take advantage, man. Like, these, the ability to throw rocks and stuff with the Goron's bracelet is actually pretty slick. That's, I'm thinking of becoming that guy now, the guy who uses the word slick. Would you support this? Is this sus terminology? I don't know. You gotta remember, I'm not necessarily trying to market myself to the Zoomers. I recognize, you know, as a millennial, really a millennial of like the mid-tier, if that makes sense, you know? Whoops. I'm not an elder millennial, that's Dan. Dan's the kind of millennial who, like, his dream, this is gonna come across way meaner than I expected. Look, I don't know why my brain went here, but I was like, he's the kind of millennial that his dream is opening like a Subway franchise, you know? And I've been there, not actually opening one, but in my head thinking like, oh man, that's the path to success. Nobody hates Subway, but things have changed. I'm more the kind of millennial who is like, you know, I spend all my time online being like, stop making fun of my generation. We graduated into the global financial crisis. And everyone's like, please shut up. We know yeah, we get it. The global financial crisis, you mentioned it. So that's my generational cohort. The Zoomers, I try to relate, and I think that we have some common ground. I'm not anti-Zoomer by any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes it takes a lot of speaking with Chib for me to start making jokes that Zoomers seem like they can relate to en masse. Like millennials, I'm like, you know, if I ever am starved for a punchline, I know that I can just be like, hey, as someone who grew up in the Bush administration, something, Colin Powell, and then people are like, he's saying it, he's going off. This is like a David Cross stand-up album from 2004. So the Zoomers, I never know what to use as like my go-to punchline when a joke is about to die. I don't know. The ocean's on fire? I mean, that's both literally true and also maybe resonating. I don't know. I'm floundering. Get him off the stage. This is a beautiful fight. Can I just do this? No, okay. I wanted to see if a rock counted as a bomb. Something in the Bush administration. Millennials. So true, so true. Get in there. Get in there. Look, dude, that was like the best boss fight I've ever had. So the door is open, but check this out. You know, my mistake. Okay, I'm not worried about keys at all. That being said, if you could like give me a key, that would be pretty sick, man. Lucky Penny's good though. We'll use the dice shard to re-roll. Actually, I think we should re-roll both, because isn't the sacred candle is like it's a tears up as long as you like keep it enabled. I mean, the tears up might be good, but I feel like specifically on this run we could do better. Like we already got a top hat. Maybe we could get like a halo that changes our headwear but doesn't actually do anything. I'm not complaining. Like this run starts much stronger than your average run. You know, we're still ahead of the curve. Yeah, give me a dice shard here, man. I don't even know. I mean, the relic is great. I don't even know what the heck you are. Salvation? Key piece? Key? Kane's Eye. I don't even know what silver dollar does, but get me out of here. Let's look it up, okay? So this is, as always, many thanks to Aluk for Platinum God. Isaac gains a halo of light around it. When an enemy touches the halo, a beam of light will come down and deal a burst of damage. It also fires in all 4 cardinal directions, dealing damage to everything it touches. Every time Isaac takes damage, the halo grows up to a maximum of 10 times. The size resets when leaving the floor. Am I insane? This seems actually, like, unbelievably good. Might seem like we're not going to get hit that much, but A, I thank you so much for your faith in me. But B, especially like when we get to Ubermom, we're definitely going to get hit. So I'm going to take a second, just see what we got in here. Squeezy, I mean, there's a couple extra spirit hearts. I kind of want to see... Yeah, okay. So I think... we've accidentally gotten, like, one of the better items for, like, a melee contact damage build. Yeah, that seems very interesting. I'm not fully convinced yet that it's, like... Because it doesn't trigger immediately. It takes, like, an extra second for the beam to come down. But especially, like, as it gets larger, like, in my head, I'm like, you could play a blood bank, get this thing to grow a maximum of 10 times, and then you're just, like, sending beams down to kill all enemies. Like, this, I don't think we're gonna lose this. I don't necessarily think you gotta be, you know, I don't think I played that amazingly so far, but I certainly don't think we're gonna lose this one. It's, what the heck was going on there? Seems very, very solid so far. Also counts towards Seraphim, apparently. Well, we can, like, banter, man. How was my weekend? I'm feeling, honestly, like, great and also blessed. My vaccine appointment for dose 2 was Friday morning. Friday, I was a little lethargic, but, like, almost imperceptible versus my normal Friday demeanor. Saturday felt good. Maybe a little achy, like my joints were really creaky, which is not abnormal as I get a little older, but even still, I was like, this is, like, I'm squeakier than normal today. Like, I need an oil can or something. And then yesterday, honestly, just straight up good. Like, so yesterday was Sunday, by the way. In case that comes up in a trivia question or something. Great damage there. Is it an item? No. Okay. I'm not going for it, man. Come on. You gotta... Life's too short. So I'm feeling... I know I'm not technically inoculated yet, or I haven't built immunity yet. I gotta wait another, like, 2 weeks. But my dream of having one thin crust pizza on a gastropub patio, like Michael Caine at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, is now only... 11 days away, perhaps. And then also my wife has her dose coming up this upcoming weekend. So maybe like 18 days away. We're going to end up getting a babysitter. I mean, this is... I'm spitballing. This is not literally true. But right now, just in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to end up getting a babysitter. Hey, can you babysit our daughter for like a few hours? Sure. What are you going to do? Like go on a date night? Nah, man, thin crust pizza on a restaurant patio like Michael Caine at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, that old song and dance. But I'm stoked, you know. It's I feel like I definitely got super lucky to have, like, limited side effects. The only side effect I really had that resonated, I think I had, like, a light fever, but nothing crazy. And then the first night, like, 12 hours after my vaccine, I took a shower. And honestly, it was like, if you've ever gone, like, into a hot tub, this is such, like, it's such a crappy, like, douchebag thing to say. Like, this is an analogy that is just, like... you're gonna hate me for the analogy, but just work with me, okay? If you've ever gone, like, to a ski resort, and it's really cold, but you went into the hot tub, you know, like that old song and dance? Apparently that's my new thing, is saying that old song and dance. Hey, it doesn't have to be at a ski resort, I guess. You could just have a hot tub in a cold environment. But if you've ever gone into a hot tub, like, in the wintertime, when it's freezing outside... but then, like, the water is almost unbearably hot. That's what it felt like for me just to take a shower on Friday night. It was really weird. Like, when I got into the shower, I was like, it feels like it's December. And then when the water touched me, I was like, this water is from the surface of the sun. But then, you know, right after that, I was copacetic, man. I was good to go. Okay, nobody knows what you do. So this is a little spicy, but I take some solace in the fact that we can create some beams of light, if necessary. I'm also, I'm really interested in the idea here of, like, items that could synergize super well with this run. And there's gotta be a bunch, right? Like, I'm trying to think, like, IV bag for one, to maybe get to the point where you can actually save, like, trigger the beams from a greater distance yourself, but also saved. What if we could, like, pause enemies, like with the pause button, or even with, like, camo underwear or something like that, and then just walk into them? This sounds beautiful. So I think this might be a waste, but I'm gonna try anyway. If we can actually, yeah, I think it literally does nothing. So that was a bit of a slap, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see what we got going on in here. We do want to stay like at full HP, but we can do this. Oh, thank you. Greatly appreciate all the HP you're giving me here. I think what I want to do is make sure that we go to the shop. Because the shop giving us more spirit hearts might be like fairly mission critical, but I would also love a speed upgrade. I don't think there's too much right now that like really determines how the run outcome is gonna go. Like, I think we're pretty close to being, I don't know if you want to call it like, you know, peak efficiency or whatever. But I don't think there's much we can do that'll have an impact one way or the other. Yo, at max level, this is actually really good. We're using it by accident, which is exactly what I want. And at a range as well. So we just wanted our shop here. Forgot we don't even need a key to go into our shop. Hermit is better for us. I'm a little disappointed. I'm actually going to take this pill, believe it or not. Not a major problem, I think. Whoops, worth? Kind of, but not really. Let me out. Oh, there's enemies. Hello. You're torched, man. Like, alright, alright. So I've become a believer here in the sense, well, worth. I've become a believer here in the sense that I think we would give ourselves an advantage. Very nice as well. If we got IV bag. I would also love just to get blood bag, because there's a lot that comes associated with that. But I would be fine with an IV bag, man. Just I think it would make salvation that much better and be worth it. We have placenta. We also we have old bandage, so we're actually generating a lot of HP anyway. I think those can trigger off of IV bags, so I think we got a fairly sustainable setup. Look at the money too, man. Look at the money. I'm going for it, and this is maybe one of the only things that could actually kill us, so I'm kind of stupid. But the line between genius and idiocy gets smaller every day, I think. Or maybe my eyes are just getting worse. I haven't been to the optician in several years. I got glasses right before the start of the pandemic, which, you know, honestly, I suppose is kind of like the dream scenario. Would be to get them right at the start of the pandemic instead of, like, you know, 2 years before the start of the pandemic and then be stuck with, you know, a decaying prescription. But nevertheless, okay. So we're going deep here. It's totally working with Halo. It only works 10 times. But as long as we kept getting HP, that felt just about right. Then we can Hermit card. We got so much money. It's disgusting. Let's smelt the trinket. Why not? That's a slap in the face, but we did get some keys out of it, right? Justice. I'm buying everything, man. I don't care. I'm going loco. World card is a crawl space. Am I wrong to think that that should scare the crap out of me? Like, that's got me sweating. Just because of the fact that I feel like a crawl space might give us like an error room or something. I don't know, man. Like, let's just at least see. We don't have to go through if it's gonna do that. It's just a free item. Look at that. Hello. You almost got me. Just kidding. Okay, Monster Manuel. Demon Baby, one of the better familiars for sure. Dude, this is a really not a difficult challenge, let's be honest, but this is a very fun challenge. You know, it's transformative versus the norm. Salvation doesn't hurt. That's a nice thing for us to have. Guess we will hold the bag lunch. Every once in a while, you know, my brain just reminds me of the movie The Wedding Crashers, where the guy goes, I think it's Bradley Cooper before he was, like, particularly famous, and he tackles Vince Vaughn, and he goes, that's what I call a sack lunch. Anybody else haunted by the ghost of pre-super fame Bradley Cooper saying that's what I call a sack lunch, and then num 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 num? Or is that just me? Just me? Okay. Dude, I'm not saying I'm a genius, okay? But I do feel like this salvation play, I'm not saying it makes up for the pot play. I mean, that's like, that's for the community to judge. However, I think this makes up for maybe like the play from a couple of greedier episodes ago, where we spent too much money for a heart when we could have just gotten an eternal heart instead. What do you think about that? Can we at least say that this makes up for that? By the way, there's essentially no reason to do what I'm doing here, I think. But as long as we have the opportunity to do it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe... Oh, well, we're at the end anyway. I was like, maybe it's, you can give us a benefit somewhere. Maybe we'll get a donation machine. I know it's a challenge, so we're not going to get one on a shop, but they spawn randomly sometimes. Nobody knows what's going on with them, right? Nobody knows where they're coming from. I think we can... Oh, no, because the shots are curved. I was like, with Trinity Shield, we can kind of just get in there, but... I think we're going to be fine. Look at that, man. I think we're going to be fine. Does that mean I'm not a little scared? Yes and no, I suppose. I think we do take that. I wouldn't say I'm, like, particularly scared. But I'm also feeling like maybe we've been a little ambitious here. There is a chance for the Guppy Dream. If we're gonna take... You know, I actually feel like... What is this? Do we know this? Call me crazy. I don't think you take either. It's a situation where I'm like, I think that both of those items are good on a normal run, and I was about to walk into them and take both. Just to be straight up with you. I'm glad we didn't. Oh, you know what it is, by the way? I'm totally wrong here. Remind me to go back to that deal with the devil tangent in a second. It's not that you can't spin if you don't have full HP. It's that you don't have maximum, you don't have range on your ranged attack anymore. Which is, honestly much worse. That is catastrophic, potentially. I mean, we have full HP right now, so we're doing okay. But we gotta be a little bit more cautious, maybe, in the future. But anyway, on the subject of the deal with the devil, I was relying on, like, old deal with the devil methodology that you would use on a standard run. You might just be like, hey, this is, like, 2 good items, so let's not sweat it up too much. But I think in this run, we don't really gain too much of an advantage from the Pact. We get 2 Spirit Hearts in exchange for 2 Red Hearts, but with IV Bag and a reason to use it, that seems like a pretty big negative. And then on top of that, we'd also get, I mean, 9 lives to have lower HP seems very bad. And then becoming Guppy possibly seems merely okay. I think the juice is not worth the squeeze there. Lovely. We could have Yera'd, but I don't think there's a super need to. I mean, you can see for yourself, like, once we get the, like, once Salvation actually starts working for us at its widest possible range, like, especially on rooms with a lot of enemies, it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well for itself. I think this would be a great time to just start... Oh, great hit. I can't be upset. This would be a great time to start stacking up as much HP as possible. I feel like... Did they change the relic? They make the relic kind of doo-doo because it was good before? That seems to be how she goes. That's what I call a sack lunch. I mean, we might as... Well, okay. My mistake. I'm exercising the idea here that perhaps we can just use Trinity Shield to block all shots while putting ourselves in a decent position Just get through. Thank you. To just do damage via salvation or something. But this would be a great shop to have a reroll machine and a spirit heart. Like that would win us the run. I'm not gonna Yera a single spirit heart yet. We might come to that to that situation. I'm not gonna Yera this either. Because I believe in the possibility. I mean, that's just good and genuinely bad to Yera. But I believe in the possibility that a second secret room at some point later might be worth more from a Yera standpoint. Okay. Might as well take both items, I guess. Like, I don't see them being useful, but I've been wrong before. It's always this boss. You can put that theory to the test if you want. IMO, it's always this boss. Dude, the DPS, get up the ladder, man, get up the ladder. The DPS output is crazy. I have a problem here. I do not appear able to hit you. Am I annoyed? Yeah, I would say on this one, I'm extremely annoyed. We're not at full HP anymore. There you go. There you go. You got beams going, even though the thing does not appear to be touching an enemy at all. That sucked. And I'm not trying to be negative. I feel like that boss just does not work with this challenge. So I'm happy we lived. A little annoyed in the first place, but happy we lived, sure. At least, oh, you know what? Mom's knife, that's what's going on there. Mom's knife lets us throw the sword. I need to think of what this wild card does. Because isn't wild card... copies the effect of the card, pill, rune, soulstone, or active item used most recently. So, I think that you... hold Yera, and you wait for good shot. Yera-ing a spirit heart, and then you wildcard the Yera in the same room. Dude, I'm kind of digging this mom's knife sword synergy. I feel like Zoro. But this seems like an extremely good option for us. Now, believe it or not, this is I'm a bit of a tryhard right now. You know, I'm something of a tryhard myself. I really, if possible, don't wanna help me. I don't want to pick up those spirit hearts, just in case later we get the option to, like, you know, Yera them one more time for a free win, which is not out of the question. But was I scared there? Yeah. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick up one of these just to be safe. It would make a Yera worse, but it makes that room feel much safer. It made that room not feel so scary. So what the heck is Torn card? That scares the crap out of me. Every 15 shots, you'll shoot Ipecac plus my reflection. Why would that... Like, I get it. Ha 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 ha. But, like, why would anyone ever want that? And I know, here come the rhetorical Martys. Well, you know, if you got no damage, then every 15 shots having something like that could really come... No, I mean, like, yes, in theory, in the world of reality, the odds of that coming to save you are near zero. It's gotta be. What a terrible attack on my part there. Ace of clubs. Not bad. Sharp plug we will absolutely not want. Mama Mega, like, absolutely, man. And then Mama Mega actually gives us a super benefit, because it can find us our secret rooms as well. Not to mention anything that might just randomly be hidden. I'm still optimistic, by the way. I mean, less optimistic than I have been, but I do need to internalize. Wow, you guys are tanky. In the old brain hole. It looks like I don't know how to aim this, and it's kind of correct, but the direction you start charging is the direction it will eventually shoot, whether you'd like it to change directions over time or not. It's okay. As long as we don't find ourselves in the curse room too much by accident, then I'm not sweating it. Nothing. Secret room. I guess we would see it with Mama Mega, so fair enough. A second secret room means a lot for me here. Might as well. Sure, yeah. I mean, even though we only get a demon heart out of it, that's fine. No real reason to complete this room. I'm just thinking about what else is around. So there's an HP upgrade that we can't get because you need to fly. There's the Spirit Hearts, and again, don't do yourself a disservice. I see you out there, he's 100% gonna forget about the Spirit Hearts. I promise you, we 100% aren't. You're gonna feel very silly. You're gonna feel ashamed of your words and your deeds. Let's just get on the same team here, instead of, you know, rooting for calamity. We'll root for, safety, you know? But that's no fun. Hey, listen, it reminds me of a shirt I saw once. Fun is in the hand of the beer holder. You gotta make your own fun. Blue Baby's only friend is a bit of a slap in the face, but you know, we wouldn't have gotten it if it weren't for Mama Mega, so... Double Curse Room, of course. Another Spirit Heart. Very nice. Regular Secret Room. Beautiful. This is things went pretty well here. This floor brought a lot of it together, or brought it back at least. We're going in with almost full HP. I don't know what my plan is with the Ace of Clubs. It's not important. No, we're not. No, come on, man. I don't really want the left hand, but I really, really don't want to shoot Ipecac plus my reflection. I also don't think Mama Mega is going to do much here, if anything. You know, it did something. It's kind of more than I expected. Terrible damage there. Man, Mom's Contact. I mean, we shouldn't play the game of, like, you know, what items I wish we had. Mom's Contact, though, would have hit the freaking spot. Can you imagine? Freezing enemies in place, then hitting them with, like, infinite beams? Or at least, like, 5? 5 beams? Maybe infinite's a bit of a stretch. Ooh, nice block, Trinity Shield. Okay, this is, honestly going better than expected, I think. Thanks to Salvation completely. Okay, what a shot. At some point, are we moving on to the next phase? Is that a thing that happens? No, we're doing both of the. I used Ace of Clubs just to as a little bit of copium. Okay, we got we got some HP. It's not as much as I would like. Just be sensible. Phase 2 is actually, well, that went badly, but apart from that, Phase 2 should be a lot easier. That hurts. Can you do some of the attacks that are easier to dodge, please? Like, not that one. Again. Oh my god, we were so... Oh, you know what? We got an HP from Old Bandage. I don't want to say finally, but in my head I'm definitely like, finally. Oh my god, dude. Thank you. What the? We had knockback. Be dead. The knockback is disgusting. I'm not giving up. Is the hardest version of this boss fight I've ever seen. I'm upset is not necessarily the right word because I do take responsibility. Old Bandage Placenta didn't do a whole heck of a lot there. Also, I don't think I've ever seen a version of the Ubermom fight be that punishing. We got both of the nasty phases in phase 1, and then phase 2 did almost none of the attacks, like the strafe left and right that give you a nice invincibility window. I gotta be better, but that one still will like shake you to the core. That feels like the programmers went like, nah, this one was too easy for him, make him run it back. I had fun on the challenge though. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate your support. Click the like button if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. See ya!